Now on Nightside, City Council members vote to approve funding that makes it safer for you to cross the street in Spokane.
I'm tracking more spring weather, sunshine, 50s, and showers. I'll let you know when to expect the wet weather in your first alert forecast.
And President Trump puts military aid to Ukraine on pause following his contentious Oval Office conversation with President Zelensky. You're watching 4 News Now Nightside. Well, the Spokane City Council has voted unanimously to approve funding for the Spokane Safe Streets for All. Thanks for staying up with Nightside. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. This funding will go towards 17 traffic calming projects across the city within the next 2 years. Some of those projects include red lights at crosswalks on busy streets, sidewalks being installed, and protected bike lanes. These projects are welcomed. Some advocates say that it's just not enough.
Best thing about adaptive traffic control measures is that you can install these very quickly and very cheaply, but it doesn't do us any good to take so long to actually implement these measures. We should be implementing 70 projects a year, not 7.
Eric Lowe, who you just heard from with Spokane Reimagined, says he's frustrated with how slowly the city is rolling out these projects and that safety measures should be put in place immediately after someone is hit and killed in a traffic crash. There was one that was very dangerous that happened today. A person crossing the street in a crosswalk downtown was hit by a car at full speed. It happened on Division Street at Pacific Avenue, a few blocks north of the I-90 off-ramp. The road was closed for hours. It is now back open, and this was all caught on camera. We're not going to show you the entire video here, but take a look at the top of your screen. The person enters the crosswalk, and then a black car stops just in time, but in the next lane you saw that gold car did eventually hit the person, sending them flying through the air. That person was taken to the hospital with potentially life-threatening injuries, and police say the person who was responsible, the driver, did stay at the scene. Well, now to an update to a story we brought you this weekend. We now know the name of the Washington State Patrol trooper involved in that deadly car crash late Saturday night. 35-year-old Sarah Clayson was off duty and driving her own personal car when she struck and killed a motorcyclist on State Road 240 right near Richland. According to officers at the scene, Clayson appeared to be impaired. The Richland Police Department is conducting an independent investigation. Clayson made her initial court appearance today, and she has been released from the Benton County Jail, but is still under investigation. An e-bike rider is dead after a crash involving a pickup truck. The sheriff's office says the crash happened just after midnight yesterday on White Road near the West Plains roundabout. Deputies say it looked like the e-bike didn't have enough lighting, making it just about impossible to see that rider in the dark. They say a pickup driver pulling a trailer did not see him as the rider drifted into the lane. The e-bike rider died at the scene, and a new study shows e-scooter and e-bike injuries in the U.S. have tripled since 2019. Most of these injuries were in young men and often involved alcohol or drugs. To stay safe, it's recommended to wear a helmet, ride by yourself, avoid stunts, and never ride under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Some important tips to consider now that all of our spring-like weather has most of us spending time outside. Tomorrow, though, we do need to be aware of some showers. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker joins me now to help us plan Tuesday.
Yes, it is not going to be quite as sunny tomorrow and a little bit cooler. Cloudy skies on Tuesday. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. Spotty showers. The best chance of wet weather will be in the evening. The sunshine returns full force midweek, and temperatures will be back up in the 50s. Our forecast radar shows cloudy skies developing overnight, and some patchy fog is possible as well. Here's 7 o'clock tomorrow morning with some very isolated showers, really only amounting to a few sprinkles until we get into late afternoon and evening, and then we have a better chance of rain. However, it will not be around long. By this time tomorrow, it will be long gone. Tuesday's high temperatures will be in the 40s and 50s. Our snow level around 3,500 feet, and so we will get a little bit of snow at the ski areas, but it should stay as all rain down in the valleys. 50 in Meade 48 and 9 Mile and Spokane Valley, 51 in downtown Spokane. Your Tuesday planner, 35 degrees to start the day with overcast conditions. Spotty showers, that high of 49 compares to an average high of 45. Our temperatures climb in the 7-day forecast, but some interesting things happening in the 8 to 14-day forecast. You may need that heavy coat again soon. I'll tell you all about it in just a few minutes, Kirsten.
All right, see you then, Chris. New on Nightside now, Senate Democrats have blocked a Republican-led bill to ban transgender athletes from women's sports at schools that receive federal funds. This was a procedural vote to advance the bill. 60 votes were needed to move the legislation forward, and it fell 9 votes shy. The House passed its own version of the bill in January, but without Senate approval, the legislation is stalled. Students at Groff Elementary School in Moses Lake will have to log into remote learning for at least a week because of an electrical problem. The school principal, Nikki Mackey, posted about the closure on the school's Facebook page, saying it was to ensure the safety of our students and staff. Parents should check back for more information about Chromebook distribution on Tuesday. Free meals for students can be picked up at the school between 9:30 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. in the bus lane. The school is expected to reopen on Monday, March 10th. This was all announced this afternoon. Well, the Trump administration is stopping U.S. military aid to Ukraine following Friday's explosive meeting with President Volodymyr Zelensky. The pause applies to all military aid. That includes munitions, anti-tank weapons, and other equipment the U.S. has been providing to Ukraine since the start of the war with Russia 3 years ago. When President Trump took office in January, Congress had already approved about $4 billion of funding to Ukraine. The European Union has contributed about $145 billion in total aid since the war began. Stocks plummeted today on Wall Street after President Trump confirmed plans to impose new tariffs on Canada and Mexico beginning tomorrow. The Dow and S&P and NASDAQ all taking losses. ABC News' Melissa Adon has the details.
The bell closing on Wall Street Monday, capping off a tough day for investors after President Trump announced a 25% tariff on goods from Canada and Mexico will go into effect Tuesday.
They can't come in and steal our money and steal our jobs and take our factories and take our businesses and expect not to be punished, and they're being punished by tariffs.
Trump also amending his executive order on tariffs impacting Chinese goods, raising those to 20%, promising that tariffs on imports would lead to more jobs, higher wages, and lower prices. Economists say the cost would be paid by American businesses who will pass it on to consumers by raising prices. The owner of Michigan-based clothing apparel Skinny Tees says she's already concerned.
People don't understand your zipper, your buttons, your thread, your fabric. None of it, very little is made in the United States, and we don't have the capacity to do it.
All of this renewing fears of a potential trade war between the U.S. and our North American neighbors. Trump undeterred.
So what they have to do is build their car plants, frankly, and other things in the United States.
Mexico and Canada already vowing to retaliate by slapping taxes on American goods.
We are ready with $155 billion worth of tariffs, and we're ready with the first tranche of tariffs, which is $30 billion.
Trump insists his tariffs are meant to pressure Mexico and Canada to stop the flow of deadly drugs and migrants coming into the country. Less than 1% of the fentanyl coming into the U.S. last year came across the Canadian border. Recently, Canada appointing a fentanyl czar. Mexico surging 10,000 troops to the border and sending back criminals wanted in the U.S. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Senator Maria Cantwell's office says 2 of every 5 jobs in Washington are tied to the trade industry. In terms of impacts, her office says a 25% tariff on Canada and Mexico would add about $144 billion a year to the cost of manufacturing. It could increase U.S. vehicle prices by up to $12,000, and average households will have increased costs between $1,600 and $2,000 per year, according to the Yale Budget Lab. President Trump will deliver a speech speech to Congress tomorrow. It'll be similar to a State of the Union address, but it's being branded as a joint session of Congress. We will air the speech live tomorrow starting at 6 p.m. That means 4 News Now will air local news at 5 and on Nightside at 11 o'clock. Still ahead after the break, 3 neighborhood resource officers started their new positions today. Their goal is to protect our community. Plus, local federal workers who lost their jobs warn these mass layoffs may have consequences for community health.
Pick of the night tonight, a beautiful photo from Liberty Lake. No more ice skating on the lake after an epic season. Starting to melt, but you could still see some ice out there in the distance and snow on the mountains. There's some spring weather and a step back into winter to tell you about after the break. Thanks.
Tonight, Ben Stiller, Regina Hall, music from Fantagram, and Guillermo gets everybody all tequilaed up at the Oscars. Next on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by Inland Imaging.
Heart Royal Flush Tour 2025.
Barracuda.
March 11th, Spokane Arena. A journey through the hits and timeless classics. The iconic band returns with special guest Squeeze. Tickets on sale now at heart-music.com. Don't miss Heart and Squeeze live. Produced by AEG Presents.
Dear Winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, you can lease a tough new 2025 Tundra for just $499 per month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
In February, get new equipment installed from Bill's Heating, and you're entered to win 2 tickets to the WCC tournament in Vegas.
Hey, Ben, I make this shot, you have to take me with you to Vegas. Deal?
All right, fine. But you got 1 shot.
Watch and learn. All right, 2 out of 3.
Man, I can take real good care of you. See? Works perfectly for you, right?
At Craig Swap & Associates, we don't get paid until you win.
1 call, that's all. 509-999-9999.
All right, so let's begin.
Spend 2025 with Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Oh, no one else is clapping?
New Kimmel, weeknights on ABC. 4 News Now is brought to you by Mother's Cupboard.
How about this? In Seattle, a 2,000-pound Liberty Bell replica was stolen from a cemetery. Employees told police they left to get gas, and when they came back, the lock on the doors was cut, the alarm had been tripped, and the bell was just gone. So far, they have gotten a few tips from the community, but still, the bell is missing. And we talked about this at the end of the 6 o'clock newscast, Chris. Those are some strong thieves.
I have so many questions about they're going to get caught.
Yeah.
You don't just go moseying about with a giant Liberty Bell.
There are too many surveillance cameras, Ring cameras. That one's going to trip them.
And everybody likes to tattle, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. Yes, justice will prevail. Let's take a look at some current conditions across the region. It is 37 in Spokane with clear skies. Few clouds passing through in Coeur d'Alene right now, and it's 38. We do have more clouds on the way. Here's our Tuesday forecast hour by hour. Starting in the morning, most locations will stay just above freezing overnight with the clouds moving in. Mostly cloudy conditions in the morning. You may get a little bit of filtered sunshine, but will likely not be able to cast a shadow. Dry for the most part. Our first chance of showers picks up around 1 p.m. 20% chance, and then it jumps. We're up to 30% at 5 o'clock, up to 70% at 6 o'clock. That has changed from earlier today. Our odds of wet weather look much more likely as we get into the evening. Our high temperature tomorrow, 49, which is a little above average. A very good chance of measurable rain, but not a lot of rain. This is going to be a quick moving system. Most locations will only get a few hundredths of an inch of precipitation. You might find some spots where you get over a tenth, but overall, not much. Oops, let's go back and look at the close-up of our there we go, of our forecast. Right around the Spokane area, most locations getting less than a tenth of an inch. It is going to be rain in the valleys, mountain snow, and you might run into an occasional snowflake trying to mix in some of the northern valleys in the early morning. But for the most part, it is all going to be rain as we warm up into the mid-50s by the weekend. Then it starts to dip a little bit on Monday. Now, our long-range forecast has been advertising below average temperatures for a while now, and it keeps moving a little bit later, but we are in the dark navy blue, indicating a very strong signal and a general consensus with our computer models that we're going to be dealing with below average temperatures in that March 11th through the 17th time period and above average precipitation. So I still think we've got some snow coming down to the valleys. May have to even shovel, but in the short term, the 7-day forecast, just a few spotty showers on Tuesday, bright blue skies Thursday and Friday with temperatures in the 50s, only a slight chance of showers Saturday and Sunday, and not much better chance on Monday. But there are things lurking beyond this Monday where we may have to get out our heavy coats once again, our rain boots, maybe even our ice scrapers. We'll see. It is only March.
And I'm not going to say who, but someone had to get the Christmas lights down this week.
Well,
it is very late to be doing that. But, you know,
say daylight saving time, you have until then, so you're fine.
And there's still lots of days to do it this week.
Ooh, which reminds me, daylight saving time is this weekend. I need to put that on the calendar. Well, good for you for getting those lights down.
We're getting there. Thank you, Chris. Well, the Spokane Police Department found a way to get resource officers back into local neighborhoods. This program was cut in 2023, but today, 3 officers started those new positions. Mary Sheridan joins us with more on the community demand for police presence in some areas.
Spokane Police announced the return of its Neighborhood Resource Officer program today, thanks to voters approving a community safety sales tax last fall. 1 officer is assigned to watch over Northeast Spokane, another in Northwest Spokane, and the 3rd is assigned to downtown and South Hill areas. SPD says it plans to add more community resource officers to Spokane neighborhoods in the coming months. Police Chief Kevin Hall says these neighborhood resource officers, quote, will work with the community members daily to address concerns and build a safer, healthier Spokane together. These officers have goals to improve the quality of life and bring about positive change. Now, they'll be working directly with government agencies, businesses, and community members. The officers will also help with recruitment and community outreach. For 4 News Now, I'm Mary Sheridan.
As thousands of federal employees lose their jobs to federal budget cuts, some fear this could have negative impacts on our local communities. Jesse Perkins worked as a program specialist with the Spokane Mining Research Division, but was terminated last month. That division works to improve and ensure the safety of the men and women who work in the mining industry. She said one of her many duties was to make sure the researchers had all the equipment they needed.
And not just miners, we have a program called the Heat Stress Program, which actually brings in firefighters, it brings in construction workers and miners and puts them through rigorous testing to find out how their bodies actually respond when they're underground.
Well, Jessie fears that because she and others lost their jobs in research, it won't be done to the efficiency that it once was. She feels that this will put others' safety at risk. The acting head of global health for USAID says the fallout from the suspension of foreign aid will have dire consequences. Malaria, Ebola, and avian flu are some of the diseases that Nicholas Onrick, the acting head of USAID, warns could surge without humanitarian assistance around the globe. He says increases in these diseases could negatively impact the United States. He cited malaria as an example, saying without continued aid, he predicts an increase as high as 18 million cases of malaria each year and up to 166,000 deaths. He said the United States would feel the impact and could see up to 2,000 cases of malaria each year. After the break, we have some good news. If you are looking to buy a home this spring, don't go away.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
If you like options, you'll love my $5 all-day big deal meal. Choose from 4 delicious entrees and 5 tasty sides with a drink. Oh, and nobody else includes breakfast items all day. Just this guy. At Jack, every bite's a big deal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box. Tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, money-saving options for families struggling with the high cost of childcare.
And our rain chances are going up for Tuesday. I'll show you when you'll need the rain gear.
Tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest.
We all have a friend who loves the McDonald's hot, crispy Filet-O-Fish. My friend, you could be that friend.
Friends don't let friends miss buy one, add one for $1 on these classics.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We're the advocates.
And we go to court.
The insurance companies take us seriously.
Because we go to court.
And if they don't offer you a settlement you deserve, they know.
We'll go to court.
So if you or a loved one are seriously injured in a crash...
Call us.
Oh, I thought for sure he was going to say...
We go to court.
There it is.
We're the advocates. And we go to court. Injured? You deserve an advocate.
I'm Chad Young from theeasyhomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With theeasyhomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Know what I'm doing tonight? I'm pouring chocolate all over my new banana French toast sticks. Crispy, fluffy, and just $2.99. What'd you think I was going to say? Get so much more.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
4 News Now is brought to you by Super One Foods.
Some encouraging news for Americans looking to purchase a home in certain areas of the U.S. this spring. It seems like the housing market is shifting in favor of buyers in many parts of the country. A recent analysis shows it would take more than 3 months to sell all the homes that were listed for sale in January. It is the most in 6 years and points to a housing market where sellers are slowly losing leverage after years of having the upper hand. A massive search continues tonight for a 2-year-old who vanished over the weekend in a small community west of Corvallis, Oregon. Dane Paulson was last seen playing in his front yard near a river in Siletz Saturday afternoon. Family members say the toddler is very friendly and loves the water but does not know how to swim. Members of the small community held a vigil overnight, praying for the safe return of Paulson.
It's been physically hard, but nothing compared to what the family's going through. And our hearts go out to them, and the community has just stepped up so much.
The sheriff's office says they have no evidence that anything criminal is involved with his disappearance, which is why an Amber Alert has not been issued. They say they've searched nearly 400 acres and 300 miles. A medical team in Rome is cautiously optimistic now that Pope Francis is off of a ventilator. The Pope did not need the machine to help him breathe last night. The 88-year-old had been in respiratory failure Friday after battling complications of pneumonia. He does need help managing fluid buildup in his lungs, which is leading to the narrowing of his airways. Doctors say Pope Francis's condition remains guarded, which means he's not out of danger. The Vatican says he's resting at the hospital tonight. If you are thinking about running your first Bloomsday race, or maybe going for a personal best finish, one program in Spokane is helping all of us prepare for the iconic tradition. How you can get involved after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The 49th Annual Spokane Home and Garden Show, SpokaneHomeShows.com.
It's an all-new season of the $100,000 Pyramid. So you know what that means.
Ruh-roh.
We got a brand new slate of stars.
Boom. I don't read words, I read body language.
Huge laughs.
I have not switched partners in one night since last weekend.
What time is this show on? And the kind of wins that will have you jumping for joy.
Michael Strahan hosts an all-new season of Pyramid. Premieres Sunday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
These are real people seeking solutions to real pain.
I have plantar fasciitis.
My feet, my knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports. Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm not feeling any pain. My heel, that's where I always feel it.
Pressure off your knees?
Yeah, actually. I didn't notice any pain in my back. I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
Experience winter fun at Silver Mountain Resort. Discover some of the best terrain in the region, just 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Relax in a beautiful condo, just a short stroll from the gondola, dining, exciting water slides, and indoor surfing at the water park. Enjoy a gondola ride to our exhilarating snow tubing and your gateway to snow rider heaven. Create unforgettable family memories at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
A real meal deserves a real dessert, like the DQ $7 meal deal with your choice of all this for just $7. Because a full-size meal without that satisfying sweet treat, that's like chicken strips with no dip, like a burger with no bun, like a sundae with no drizzle. Whether you go for chicken strips or a cheeseburger, treat yourself to an honest-to-goodness meal with full-size fries, a drink, and dessert, all for just $7 a DQ.
In the final week of the regular season, the Zags bolstered their March Madness tournament resume with 2 big wins. The team owes a lot of its success to Ryan Nembhard, who just had another record-breaking game against San Francisco. Sydney Berger joins us in studio for the accolades he earned this week, and one he might have been snubbed for, Sydney.
Well, this is the second time this season that Ryan Nembhard has earned Conference Player of the Week. This one doesn't come as a surprise after he tied a school record for the most assists in a single game. But what did surprise Zags fans this morning is Nembhard's name being left off of a bigger list. All season long, Nembhard has been regarded as one of the nation's best point guards. He currently leads the country in assists and is one of only 21 Division I players to ever log over 300 assists in a single season. He averages 10 a game in addition to being regarded as an elite passer. But his campaign for the Bob Cousy Award, which is given to the best point guard, fell short. The top 5 finalists were announced this morning, and Nembhard's name was nowhere to be found. But maybe a chip on their shoulder is what they need this March. Gonzaga is being painted as an 8 or 9 seed in the March Madness bracket predictions. And if they stayed there come Selection Sunday, that'd be the lowest seed since the 2016 season when they earned an 11 seed. But despite a lower spot that year, the team still got to the Sweet 16. But first, the WCC tournament is up for the Zags. They start in the semifinal round as a 2 seed on March 10th.
Finds Little in rotation, out for Turner. The marksman, 4-3! Allie Turner, clutch as ever, she's up to 21.
Well, that was freshman Allie Turner making her 5th three-pointer in Saturday's win against Santa Clara. It's clutch shots like those in big moments that helped Turner lead the team to another regular season WCC title. This is the program's 9th title in 10 years, and as long as Turner's wearing the Gonzaga logo, the Zags might have more regular season titles in their future. Turner just won her 8th Freshman of the Week award after her 23-point performance against the Broncos. Now the Zags enter the West Coast Conference Tournament as the top seed and with a bye to the semifinal round on March 10th. We're switching gears a little bit here, but we know Bloomsday, iconic race here. Some of those people that might be thinking a little hesitant about joining the race What is the reason? It's because of the running.
Oh, I was going to say, why am I hesitant?
Yeah.
There's like 65 reasons, not enough time to cover it all.
I'd say a lot of the people are hesitant maybe to run their first mile ever, right? There's a program in Spokane that's getting you ready from your couch to the Bloomsday finish line. Take a listen. Let's be honest, there are a lot of people that aren't exactly fond of running, but there's also some people who maybe want to try it out and don't know where to start.
Raise your hand if this is your first 10K that you've signed up to do with us. Woo! Yes!
Fleet Feet makes it their vision to help the community learn to enjoy it.
We have people that are brand new, never run a distance before in their life, so we are starting them from the ground up. We have returning people that have run multiple races, multiple distances.
With the iconic Bloomsday race just a couple months away, there's no better time to start your preparation. Katie John with Fleet Feet wants to get anyone and everyone on the right foot.
Running is hard, no matter what. Running is hard, and it's going to be hard for a good chunk of time, but doing it with somebody else and having somebody to walk you through that process makes it so much easier.
Fleet Feet just started their spring training program that includes a path for Bloomsday prep. The program meets 2 days a week, Wednesday for a group workout and Saturday for a long run.
We focus on hills, we focus on speed, we focus on tempo. If nobody knows what that means, that's okay, because we explain it all to you.
And as far as your first Bloomsday goes, you're never too old and you're never too young.
My daughter, we signed her up for her first one last year at just over, not even 1 year old, so hopefully she'll continue. So it, to me, is amazing just to see this community come together for Bloomsday and how many people show up for it. Just to see the streets shut down and the number of people getting out and cheering each other on and just having that sense of community for Spokane is huge.
Kirsten, I know exactly what you're going to do after this. You're going to go sign the two kiddos up.
No, actually, when she said you're never too young, a lot of people told me you don't want to do it with the stroller.
Oh, I think that's
because of the hills.
Though. Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think I'm ready to do it this year by myself. Okay. Maybe with you. She ran marathons, so.
Oh, a single one.
Yeah.
Not plural.
I know,
yet.
but that's Sydney is like our inspiration. I think if we if we do some couch to Bloomsday training, I can handle it.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll be right back after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
At Numerica, we've got money answers for people with batrachophobia. Honestly, same. Get money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
Fred's Appliance and 4 News Now are teaming up for the Great American Flag Swap. On March 28th, bring your old, tattered flag to any Fred's location, and in exchange, you'll receive a new flag with help from Uncle Sam's Flag and Gift. Let's thank veterans and military families who are serving.
Fred's Appliance is proud to partner with 4 News Now for the Great American Flag Swap. We honor the sacrifices of our military families and veterans. Visit Fred's Appliance today, trusted for over 60 years, where we sell appliances, only appliances.
What's more powerful than an unexpected storm? Insurance that helps clean it up. Western National Insurance. That's the power of nice.
Did you know that the largest consigned furniture store in the country is in Liberty Lake? Shop gently used furniture for your home, home office, or apartment, all in 60,000 square feet. You can save up to 70% off retail. There are new pieces coming in every single day, and you never know what you're gonna find. Ooh, if you don't see the price you like, make them an offer. You can even shop these amazing savings online. Consigned furniture, easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Your planning forecast, some spotty showers throughout the day tomorrow. The best chance of wet weather will be late in the afternoon and into the evening. Those temperatures are all above average, especially those 50s, looking good.
Yeah, they are feeling good too. And we were just talking about training for Bloomsday, but a lot of people who are sleeping right now are going to get up early and get on their jogs.
Well, good for them. I'll have my coffee and wave.
Same.